Hello my lovelies, hi, it's Emmy, welcome back. Today I'm going to be tasting a bunch of Japanese Halloween themed items that were sent to me all the way from Japan from Mr. P. Mr. P has his own channel called Critical Eats Japan. I shall put a link down in the description where you can find his channel. He tastes a bunch of things that you can only find in Japan. So big thanks Mr. P. A little background about Halloween in Japan. It is not celebrated like it is here in the US where kids dress up in costumes and go trick-or-treating. It's more of a novelty kind of holiday. It's not really even celebrated. It's just an opportunity for manufacturers to make Halloween themed items, and things tend to be very, very cute. Color themes range from orange, lots of purple, and black. In the US, we do have edible pumpkins that do taste good. They're called sugar pie pumpkins, kind of diminutive form of the large jack-o'-lantern, and they're sweet, but generally speaking, we don't cook with them regularly. But in Japan, kabocha is used in a lot of dishes. And so if you find puddings or items that are flavored pumpkin or kabocha flavored, it's that green pumpkin that is shown. The flesh itself is bright orange, just like a regular pumpkin here in the US. It's just the outside is green, the exterior. So we were living there about 5 years ago, and it was actually very difficult to find the typical jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, and if you did, they're very, very expensive. So that might have changed since I've moved. Anyways, I have a bunch of items that are Halloween themed, and the first item I'm going to taste is this. Super excited to taste this. This is cup noodles, black seafood, instant ramen. Very cute little squid here. My son will love that. So this contains squid ink, which is going to give it its black color. Italy also has a pasta that is dyed with squid ink, which has a really great dark black color. This is Ica pesto. This is a squid ink paste that we'll put in there to give it its lovely black color. Ooh, look at that. Lots of fun stuff in there. So right there, it looks like just a typical cup noodle. And there's some pieces of imitation crab, some kind of eggy pieces. I think those are shaved bits of octopus or squid. I think those might be tentacle pieces based on this one right here. And there's some green onion in there, little pieces of cabbage. We'll fill this up with boiling water. Close that up. Oh, it smells great. Chopsticks on there and let that sit there for about 3 minutes. Next, I'm going to taste this cute little thing. Isn't it stinking adorable? This is Tohato caramel corn, and this is pumpkin pudding flavor. And here is the kabocha that I was telling you about with the green rind, and here's our cute little jack. You see these everywhere, and they come in a bunch of different flavors, and each flavor has its own color. Very, very smart packaging. I actually did one of these Tohato caramel corn tastings a long time ago. I'll look for the link. I'll put it up here and down below. Was it when I was living in Japan? I think it might have been. Anyways, that's a baby Emmy episode that you can watch if you're interested. Let's pour that out. Cute. Itadakimasu. Mmm. Those are delicious. Sweeter than I remember, but a very light, airy crunch. A little crisper than, say, a Cheeto, but same kind of dissolve in your mouth, corny base. Just a slight more crunch to it. And these, of course, are sweet, so it has a little bit of a sugary, caramelly crunch. Not so much as, say, kettle corn or even like fiddle faddle or something like that. Very, very light. More akin to breakfast cereal. So if you have something like Cocoa Puffs or Kix or something like that, that kind of a sugary coating. This, I bet, would actually be delicious with milk poured on top of it. Don't necessarily taste the pumpkin, but it does taste a little bit different than the original flavor of the caramel corn. The caramel corn original tastes more kind of toasted and caramelized, while this tastes more, not vanilla'd, but something else. Sweet, delicious. All right, let's go ahead and check on the ramen noodles. I don't like my noodles overcooked, so let's give that a go. Oh, that looks excellent. Look at those little egg puffs. Aren't they cute? They're so bright. I can smell the green onions. I can smell the seafood. Yes, I definitely think those are slices. Very, very, very fine slices of squid. They're the noodles. The noodles look just like the typical cup noodle soup. Same color, same thickness. I will know the texture once I sample it. So let's give that a good mix in. Now let's take our Ika paste. That doesn't really smell like much. Oh, there it is. You know, it looks oily too. Yeah, that's great. This is a much darker color than the charcoal ramen noodles I had once. I'll put the link up there and down below as well. Yes, the broth looks very dark in this. I'm gonna pour this into a bowl so you can get a better look at this. That is actually a lot of noodles. Look at that. Once you pour it into a bowl, that's a good serving of food. Itadakimasu. Ooh, that's good. Let's have some broth. Seafoody, but not stinky. Somehow the word seafood just doesn't sound all that attractive. Savory and salty as an instant ramen should be. And seafoody, but not fishy or stinky or pungent or repellent. It's good. The vegetables also reconstitute well. That was very cabbagey. As far as instant noodles go, cup of noodles and noodles themselves are not my favorite because while they cook quickly, they get mushy too quickly. I prefer some of the Korean instant noodles that maintain a lot of that chewiness, even though they've been sitting in hot water for a little while. Love, love, love a good chewy noodle. And these, while tasty, they're just kind of mushy. Let's confirm if this is a piece of octopus. It is. It's a very thinly shaved piece of octopus. It's good. So let's wash that down with this Pepsi Halloween Cola. Very cute packaging. Ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns. Let's see what that's about. It smells interesting. It smells fruity, very artificial, a little bit citrusy. Not at all like cola. Let's pour some in this glass. Nice and fizzy. Looks like bubble gum or something. All right, cheers. Ooh, don't like that at all. No. It reminds me of something that's been sprayed to disinfect a public restroom. That's what it tastes like. It has a very strange, generic, air freshenery flavor that's just unpleasant. It's like flowers and cotton candy with a little tiny bit of acid in there. Just not delicious by any means. But cute packaging. Let's try another black colored item, and it is this. And these are black pepper chips. And these are made by the company Cali. They make great little snacks. So pour those out. Oh, great. So these have a nice kind of black color to them. Not sure if this is colored with charcoal or with what, but a good amount of black pepper. I can see the little bits on each chip. The chips are ruffled. Oh, now I can taste the black pepper. The black pepper kind of comes on a little bit slow. Good potato flavor. The texture is exactly like a Ruffles. A very fine tooth waffle cut. The initial flavor though is this kind of savory, kind of instant bouillon flavor, which is nice. And then the pepper kind of comes after. I kind of wish it was the reverse. I wish it was more peppery first and then that MSG laden magic stuff after. But yeah, still not a bad chip. As I've mentioned before, kettle cooked chips are my favorite. And while these are nice, the texture is just not as like firm and crunchy as I would like. I'm not sure if these are colored with charcoal or what's giving it this dark color. I don't feel any grittiness. Oftentimes when you cook with black charcoal or have a recipe that contains bamboo charcoal, you feel a bit of a grittiness in your mouth, and I don't with these. So I think that this might be some kind of dye. Maybe they use squid ink or something. Next, let's try these, and these are Kit Kats. Caramel pudding flavor, and they just come in the Halloween packaging. Yay! Cute Kit Kats. Kit Kat Japan has tons and tons and tons of flavors. I mean like 200 different flavors of unique Kit Kats that are only found in Japan. I've tasted many, many, many of them. If you've missed that series, I'll put the playlist up there where I taste Japanese Kit Kats. So many terrific fun flavors. And caramel pudding, I think might be one that I've tasted, but I've tasted so many I'm not exactly sure. So let's taste it again. This Kit Kat is lighter in color, kind of a cream color to it. We snap it. Ooh, I can smell it already. Very strong, sweet, nutty, toasted smell coming from that. And the wafer inside is white. It tastes exactly like butterscotch. Buttery, sweet, caramelized. Not a typical Kit Kat flavor by any means because it's missing the presence of milk chocolate, but texturally exactly the same. Same familiar wafer crunch, and then same mouthfeel of the melty chocolate. Yeah, not bad. And lastly, let's taste these. And these are shrimp chips. Again, with this orange and purple theme with little witches hats. And this is cheese gratin, and this is a cheese flavored shrimp chip. And I guess you can make a little hat or mustache using this little princess thing right there. So I love Calbee shrimp chips. I grew up eating these things. Love, love, love them, but I've never had this cheese flavor before. Oh, they look exactly the same. They have this familiar kind of twisted little look to them. Let's give them a go. Big, big crunch. I love shrimp chips. They bring back so many great memories. It was a snack my mom would always buy, my brother and I. So, as you can hear, very, very big, light crunch. More significant than, say, a Cheeto. I would say a hybrid between the crunchy Cheeto and the puff Cheeto. The base is not corn though. I would say maybe rice and wheat. And very kind of nutty. There's definitely a nutty and toasty flavor to it. And of course that funky shrimp flavor, which I love. I'm doing my best to taste the cheese. And I do taste it. It's a little bit dairy and cheesy. Very subtle though. You definitely taste the shrimp flavor first. I like them. I like the subtlety of the cheese flavor on this. This is definitely a shrimp chip first and a cheese snack after. This is not trying to become a Cheeto. Nope, this is a shrimp chip covered with a little bit of cheese dust. Like it. All right, I need to put these down. I guess when we're done, we're supposed to do something like this. Like, I'm a princess! Yeah, that's a bee sting. I didn't bring out my smoker today. I went to remove the 2 top honey supers off my hives, and yeah, don't go to your hive without the stupid smoker, people. Don't do it. Even when you think you're just gonna do, yeah. All right, enough lecturing. All right, so there you have it, a little bit of Japanese Halloween. Big thanks again to Mr. P for sending me this box of goodies. I'm Miss Japan, so any little glimpses I get are welcomed. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great and happy Halloween. If you need more Halloween inspiration, be sure to check out the playlist for some fun stuff. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Subscribe, follow me on social media, and I shall see you in my next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! What happens if you put shrimp chips up your nose?